me. A quick example, and I've got a lot of little stories, and you'll hear them over quarters. Get out of school, you know, and the chicken and the egg thing, you know, you're fresh out of school, and, you know, I get to do simple jobs. No one will give you really anything juicy or really cool because, you know, you're just a rookie, you know. You don't have anything in your portfolio that shows X kind of work. Okay, and you can't get X kind of work until you have it in your portfolio that you've done it for somebody. You know, so you gotta hang around and wait and get lucky. So finally, after 5 years of doing all kinds of other good work, some designer gives me a chance to do a magazine cover. Well, magazine cover, you know, kind of work I'd like to do. And so, of course, the deadline is that typical deadline for something like that, you have 2 weeks. And me, the little bit wacky, overly anally retentive individual that I probably am, and I've gotten much looser over the years. I'm more abstract an abstract painter or artist than I ever was. 2 weeks to do an assignment, and I will be in total honesty to you. I occasionally took showers. I occasionally, you know, took the garbage out maybe. But I mean, I had 2 weeks to do something. The world went away. I mean, I holed up in my apartment, you know. I think I went out to the grocery store and bought some milk because whatever was in there was going rancid, you know. I mean, nothing happened for 2 weeks. And 13 days, hour 9, I was still working on what I had done for the magazine. I mean, the paintbrush was still in my hand. I finally, you know, it's like 2 in the morning. It's due at 9 in the morning, and I'm thinking, this is it. I've just got to stop at this point, you know. I mean, I did nothing but 110% on the project. And, you know, because it was my first magazine gig, I mean, I walked into the designer's office, and my heart's like, how like a cartoon character through my shirt. He couldn't see it, you know, and my heart's like, having a hard time breathing. You know, and I brought it in the really cool, super professional looking pillowcase.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a painting, it was like this big, and it was in a pillowcase, you know, I want to look cool. You know, the super portfolio, you know, and you know, they pull it out, and he's looking at it, and I'm hyperventilating. I mean, I'm sitting in a chair, and my feet are trembling down under the desk. He can't see it, and honest to gosh, he's like, his eyes light up, and he goes, "This is incredible!" And I couldn't say anything for a while. You know, he starts calling people on the phone, saying, "Come in here, look at the magazine cover, this guy, blah 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 blah." You know, this is my first big colored project for a magazine cover. And it paid the whopping sum of $150. The big check, you know, $150. And you know, like I've worked 5 years to get to that point. I was doing black and white stuff and whatever, you know, to that point. And you know, it wasn't until I left his office that my legs started jumping, you know. I kind of crashed on the sidewalk or something like that for a while. And honest to gosh, the magazine comes out, and of course I go to the store, and actually it was a publication for the Houston Museum of Fine Arts. And so I go to the Museum of Fine Arts where I finally, oh, there it is. I look around, and there's like 30 copies, and pick up the artwork and run out the door with it. You know. Long story short, about a week later, my phone rings, you know, and it's Southern Magazine. I said, "Kevin, we saw your," you know, the only bad thing is they misspelled my name. And the little credit line they give you, the tiny little type, like 5-point type, you know how big that is. You know, it's misspelled my name, which happens all the time. But at least they got the phone number right. You know? But anyway, somebody calls me like in a week. Well, I don't even think it was a week. Says, "Kevin, we're such and such magazine. We saw your cover. We think it's great." Whatever. And he goes, "Have you got time? We've got something maybe you'd be good for." And I go, "Hang on a second. I got to check my book." Just pull the phone out there for a second. "How's Tuesday for you?" You know, "In the morning? Great. Okay. What was your name again?" "Oh, sure. I'll see you later." Whatever. You know, all of a sudden I'm Mr. Professional. The numbers are way up in a hurry. You know, and then the phone rang. You know, now the big trick is, you know, chicken and the egg. You got to do something. You know, but it was also not. I killed myself for the 2 weeks. You know, it even took me, I don't know how long to get the $150, that didn't matter. It was about the work, you know. It was about the piece and getting it out there and everything. So you guys get 2 weeks to do something. You've got to start it right away. And I know some of you have that awful guy that teaches storyboards. You know, don't pay any attention to him. Worry about my stuff. I'm the important one. Okay. Tuesday's another matter entirely. Don't pay attention to that jackass. So, but I still have to evaluate what you do. A, B, C, D. A is incredible. B is damn good. Congratulations. C means you're average. You know, the famous phrase is there's a lot of average people in the world, and I don't want to be one of them. You know. D means obviously something didn't quite get all the way to the top. You know, you probably need to put more effort in, or research in, more something in to get from where you are to where you want to be. D is not going to get you a job. You can't put B pieces in your portfolio. I've had some students that unfortunately have gotten to the other side of this equation, the F. Some of that actually had several students in the past. This is the kind of work you do, and you'll never, I'll burst the bubble on somebody. I won't let you, I'll try not to let you waste your money. I will tell you that it's time to think about another program within the school or something like that. I had one guy who sung back, and I said, you know, I'm sorry, with what you do here, the culinary department's calling you. Okay? Go up there, cut onions. And you could do that, I think, and hopefully not cut a finger off, because he couldn't draw. And it was mostly because he was lazy. He did finally drop out of the program, but who knows how big his bill was when he did. And I try to be honest. I don't want to burst anyone's bubble. I want you to be better than I am. That's all I care about. I want you to be that good. So, you know, I'm going to hopefully give you my honest opinion. You'll earn the grade. I'm not going to give it to you. You'll do what you do, and I will evaluate it. And that's only because I've been around a long time, and I know what I'm looking at. I can tell you whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. You know, I've struggled, I've suffered, I've done all the classes. I've got more damn degrees than I can find. I lost my bachelor's degree. It's gone. The other ones, they're in a drawer someplace. Probably the mice are going to make a home out of that too. You know. So you know, and I've been in the critiques and I've done that stuff. So grading is pretty straightforward. The exact route to it, I can't tell you, but I'll show you some. I'll give you some hints before day is out. Time is flying. College-wide policies, anything in the student handbook probably still counts, or it does count. Do turn off the cell phones. You know, when you want to call somebody or something like that. Step outside the room. In my other class that I'm teaching tonight, I'm gonna, because that group is in need of whatever reining in I have to do. That bunch specifically is I'm going to have the policy that if they get a phone call, I'm just going to call them absent for the day, and they can go home if they want to, if they have something. Because I'm teaching the same bunch, and half the world was being texted in class while we were doing what we were supposed to be doing. I'm sorry. My phone, I have a car phone, it's empty in the car, you know. And it comes with a fancy thing like an on-off button, you know. I actually paid the extra money and got the one with the on-off switch. So, you know, turn it off, or you know, put it on vibrate, put it in your underwear, or something like that. Conferences, it mentions here on this thing, if you need to talk to me. It says email me and go through our process. You know, I'm hopefully available. I'm sounding evil right now, and I don't want to be. Just, you know, let me know. We'll find some time together. I've got the drawing workshop time. Will has been sitting in on a lot of those, and he knows that I spend a lot of time bouncing off people, trying to help do whatever I can. I'm one of the few people that actually gets that 3 hours specific to help out in whatever fashion I can. So